Well, 8 issues, I guess, was for now plenty for Boom Studios. Seeing as though word has gotten out that perhaps Disney and Marvel Comics is going to be reuniting and reigniting the flame that they once had back in the early to mid 90s. But it is true that as of, I believe, yesterday, I should say, or should I say this past Tuesday and Wednesday, that the Rescue Rangers, Chippendale Rescue Rangers revival comic book run has come to an end. But I will say this about it, and I will give credit where credit is due. Ian Brill, the man that announced that Rescue Rangers was going to be part of Boom Studios for 8 issues, this man really, really delivered. Him and those that worked on the comics with him, from the art to the editing to everything. This guy really, really delivered. I mean, obviously, Ian, without a shadow of a doubt, to me, was a fan of Rescue Rangers before he even got into the comics, maybe even got into comic book business himself. I mean, look what he did with the first 4 issues, if you will. He kind of establishes, basically, that years have passed. He delves much deeper into the background of one of the most popular characters on the show, Gadget, as well as into the background of Monterey Jack and Gadget's father, Gigor. He brings back a character that many fans were hoping would make a comeback on the cartoon series had it not come to an end, but instead made a comeback through fan fiction and fan arts and even her own site. And obviously this guy must have paid attention to all that, because he had her make a comeback in this comic in the first 4 issues, and that is Foxglove. Now you think that Foxglove appearing just once or twice in the first 4 issues was enough to satisfy the fan, but no, this guy, he went a step further. You see, he brought back, of course, the Pirates, which is a favorite by everybody. He brought back Monterey Jack's parents, but brought them back more in the earlier episode style, especially his mom. And again, just really went into details, really gave us, for the first 4 issues, a great reintroduction to the characters, to who they were, what they stood for. And it was a great starting point for any of the newer fans that may have heard of them and watched them on the DVD sets or whatever. But he really, Ian Brill, along with all those, again, like I said, that worked with him on this comic, really did a great, great job. And there's nothing more I can say about that. But then we get into the next 4 issues. And again, we're introduced to a new villain. Some new villains, if you will. We get introduced to basically sort of a new rival, if you will, of Gadget's. But more of not just a rival, but someone that just wants to be friends, wants to be loved. And they're called the Danger Rangers. And the female rival and equivalent to Gadget is named Glitch. And we find out that Gadget and Glitch both went to school together, and that Glitch looked up to Gadget and wanted to be like Gadget. Even to the point that in the final issue, she's on her knees begging Gadget to like her. To the point that at the end of the issue, Gadget says, "I would be happy to take you on as my apprentice." But Glitch walks away, kind of like leaving the door open as to if and when we ever would see her again. But again, Ian Brill just takes a great step in doing what he did with these characters, kind of exploring more into Gadget's past and everything. But obviously, again, he must have been paying attention to the fan base, because the similarities in this second story arc, especially in the last 2 issues, was so similar in comparison to Chris Fisher's of Mice and Mayhem. So similar. So similar. And what's even more amazing is we got, again, even though she may have made 1 or 2 appearances in the first 4 issues, we got more of her as an active ally, if not possibly an active member of the team in Foxglove. But not only did we see Foxglove more, not only did we see her more often and more into the action, if you will, we saw her relationship throughout both arcs kind of develop with Dale, her and Dale's relationship, almost to the point that in the first story arc, it almost seems that this one panel, Dale wants to tell Eaglewood about he and Foxglove and the possibility that they probably are boyfriend and girlfriend. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I could be wrong, but it left the door open on that. But, again, he must have really been paying attention to the fan base, because what this guy did next, in this last issue, for now, on the Rescue Ranger comic book run with Boom Studios, what he did is he brought back another character. A character that fans were hoping they'd see in this comic. Because pretty sure, I'll tell you this, hearing and seeing Foxglove as a part of the team, if you will, in her own way, you knew that fans were hoping that he would take it to another level and bring in that one character that first appeared in the first few episodes. And I'm not talking the pilot episodes, I'm talking the first few episodes that aired on Disney Channel and all that. They were hoping to see her, and just like with Foxglove, she appeared in fan fiction, fan art. That's all we ever saw of her. And finally, we find out what we all were hoping for. We finally see and get what we all were hoping for, and that is Tammy. That's right, Tammy from Adventures in Squirrel City makes an appearance. Finally makes her debut in the comics, makes her return. But it's not in the capacity of, oh, she's going to be a rescue ranger finally. No, she's in the capacity of Nurse Tammy. Nurse Tammy. Does that not sound familiar? Where did we see her dressed as a nurse before this issue? Where did we see that? Of Mice and Mayhem. Of Mice and Mayhem, we saw it. Obviously, the guy, Ian Brill, is a fan of Mice and Mayhem, has been a fan of Rescue Rangers, and obviously, again, like I said, studied exactly what the fans wanted. And he gave it to them. He, along with anybody else that worked on this comic, he gave it to us. He gave us what we wanted. He gave us new adventures. He gave us more background on the characters. And he gave us more than we ever asked for. And I can tell you this, if you think Boom Studios is going to keep Rescue Rangers on hold or on the shelf for a while, maybe they will. But it's not going to be for long. Because either they or Marvel Comics or whoever is going to pick this new continuity, going to pick up this new continuity of Rescue Rangers right up and continue from where they left off. Because there's going to be a lot of questions fans are going to want to know. They're going to want to know what happened to Glitch. They're going to want to know if Foxglove and Dale are an item. They're going to want to know this. They're going to want to know everything. And I'll be honest with you folks, I was pleased. I was absolutely pleased. I enjoyed the comic back and forth. I enjoyed all the issues, even those that I had to read online by downloading the CZRs or the CBRs and converting them into raw files and all that. I enjoyed them. And I would definitely be glad to purchase them more often than I could. I mean, I guarantee you this, folks. I guarantee you this. If Disney decided to make an adaptation, an animated adaptation of these issues, of these two arcs, as movies or as specials, I guarantee you it would be worth the while. People would watch them. People would rent them on DVD and Blu-ray if that was the case, but they would like them. And you know what, folks? That's how dedicated a fan of Rescue Rangers is, and that shows you the respect. This guy Ian Brill shows you the respect that he has for the fan base. He's obviously shown that so far in Darkwing Duck. He has shown that so far in DuckTales as its beginning. Probably is going to show it even more so. And now he's showing it here. I guarantee you this, folks. I guarantee you this. These 8 issues, both being converted. One already converted into a graphic novel. The new one to be next. I guarantee you, they are going to be one of the most best-selling comics Boom Studios and Disney has ever seen. Some of the best. I guarantee you that. And when you think about it, Ian Brill, like I said, succeeded our expectations. Because not only did he bring back some characters we've been wanting to bring back to Rescue Rangers, but through these comic books that are associated with Disney, he made it official. He made them official Disney returns of Foxglove and Tammy in this comic, in these 8 issues. Those are official Disney returns. Stamp of approval, everything. Those are now officially Disney marked. Tammy and Foxglove's returns in these issues are officially Disney marked, which means they are now established as characters in the fan base, in the franchise known as Rescue Rangers. There's no doubt about it. They are officially there now. Not just through fans, not just through a web comic, not just through fan art or fan fiction, but now officially. Officially now. They are there. And all I could say is this, in closing. In Brill, whether you have a Facebook account, you have a YouTube account, DeviantArt, Furfiniant, Inka Bunny, whatever, MySpace, Skype. I think I speak on behalf of every Rescue Ranger fan out there that has grown up with this show, with this franchise since 1989. And has waited 10 long years for them to make their comeback in an official capacity. I want to say this to you. Thank you. Well, maybe not 10 years, 20 years, I should say. And that is, thank you. Thank you for giving us something that was 20 to 15 years in the making. Thank you for giving us something that exceeded our expectations, gave us what we fans have been demanding from day one. Thank you. And may God bless you and your family, and I pray and hope you continue this series. You can put it on the shelf for now, my friend, but I hope and pray you bring it back in some capacity. Because when you do, Ian, you will be giving more to the fans than you can ever expect. And who knows now, ladies and gentlemen, maybe this leaves the door open. Maybe this opens the door to the Rescue Rangers being revived on television. Maybe it opens the door to Volume 3 of Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers on DVD finally being released. Maybe it actually opens the doors now, reopens those doors to possibly the movie that fans have been promised back in 1991 to finally be made. Maybe it opens that door. But I can say this, ladies and gentlemen, that door has been opened wide, so wide that it's going to take a while to shut. It's not going to shut just like that. It's going to take a while, folks. And all I can say again is, Ian Brill, thank you. Thank you to you and those that worked with you for giving us something that exceeded our expectations. I know you're going to continue to succeed expectations with DuckTales. I know you're continuing to succeed expectations with Darkwing Duck. So now, I thank you once again. And in closing, I will say this. It is definitely, once again, Rescue Rangers. After 20 years, after 20 to 15 years, ladies and gentlemen, it is back to officially saying that it's once again Rescue Rangers for all those that grew up on them. I can officially say, we can now all officially say it, that it is finally, once again, Rescue Rangers away. Thank you, Ian. May God bless you. Thank you, Disney, for allowing this to happen. Thank you, Boom Studios. And I give this entire 8 issues, both story arcs, multiple pluses, 1,000 out of 1,000, 1,000 stars, 1,000 thumbs ups, and definitely a huge recommendation for people to read it. And again, thank you, Ian Brill, thank you, Disney, and thank you, Boom Studios, for making this happen. God bless you all. And again, officially, once again, Rescue Rangers away.